I'd like to share a little story about my birthday recently. Birthday tea party I had. And I'm a lover of tea, as you know. I'm drinking some tea now. Pouring it. Sometimes I like to just look at the steam that comes off the tea. Anyway, so I had my birthday recently, and I decided to offer tea to a group of friends. And so I invited these friends, and then it was a beautiful day. And so I set out I took all the sofas from the house out into the garden, beautiful, on the lawn. I had this notion of this lovely event outside on the lawn with the autumn sunshine, and it was beautiful. So I made this really wonderful area, and set it all up with my tea kind of ceremonial things and the glasses and everything was. I cleaned everything really beautifully, and I decorated the little table with flowers and just really made it exquisite little things that were just are important to me. And then I chose a really special tea, and I had it all prepared. And then I'd invite all these people around. We'd go for a walk, have a lovely walk, and lots of dogs and kids, and so do this lovely walk for like an hour, and then we come back. And I was thinking we'll sit and have tea, and people had made cakes, and my son had made this amazing cake, and my wife had made this amazing cake, and the people had brought things and cakes and stuff. So we all gathered, and we had a lovely time. It was wonderful. It's always wonderful to be with those you love, and especially in weather like that time of year. And so we sat down to tea, and I kind of invited people in, but it didn't work out exactly the way I thought because there were so many kids, and I think there were 9 dogs, just kind of chasing each other around the garden. Anyway, I sat down to serve tea, and sort of people drifting in and out. There wasn't really a great focus because people were doing things in the kitchen and making things and getting cakes and making other kind of tea. And so pretty soon, within about 10 seconds, I realised this isn't going to go quite the way I thought. I thought I might just sit down, everyone quietly. I'd say a little prayer. We'd serve the tea, and there would be a kind of sanctity around it. But it didn't go that way at all. So what I did is I just kind of said my little internal prayer quickly, and then to myself, and then I just allowed it to do what it did. And so people came and went, kids went. It was mostly just kids in the beginning because the adults were middling around, and I didn't want to sort of over orchestrate it. So I just started serving the tea, and I just started giving. Have you tried this tea? It's really nice. Try it. These little cups, and the kids were trying it of different ages, and teenagers were going, "Oh, no, that's nice, yeah." And and then cakes arrived, and these amazing cakes, and you can see in the photograph here at the end, like my son made this beautiful gâteau, my 13-year-old son, really amazing. And they sort of arrived, and there was nowhere to put them other than on my tea table. So these cakes just kind of came in, and then I was cutting them and serving them to everyone, and the tea was still kind of going, and I was still keeping the tea on the move as well, and the cakes were going out, and and the cake just sort of got everywhere. And so that my nice, beautiful Zen table was just basically covered in cake, and then dogs were coming and eating the cake, and then it was just a beautiful lesson in Zen, and it was a wonderful event. And it was actually one of the first times I've ever done that, to offer out tea to a group, and it was just wonderful how it worked, and I felt very blessed to have all those people. So I guess the moral of the story is don't have an expectation, or if you have an expectation, be willing to surrender it instantly for something far better, perhaps. And so that was what my story is today to you, and wishing you a pleasant season wherever you are.